I'm going to explain a little bit about Colombia here, and you're going to start the tour upstairs, okay? So this is our road map. As you can see, Colombia is here, next to Brazil in South America. The language here is Spanish, so we have a tour upstairs. There are 3 floors. Each floor, you're going to find a different region, and you're going to have a different experience as well. The first floor, we're going to see about Andes, where we have the capital, Bogota. Second floor, about the biodiversity. And the last one, Pacific Caribbean, where you're going to learn how to play drums, and if you don't know how to dance, you're going to dance as well. Hope you enjoy. You can go upstairs this way. Have a nice day. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Colombia. Here in this floor, we have the Andes. In these regions, you are going to find beautiful balconies like this in the zona cafetera with different kinds of colors and different decorations. On this wall, you can see these beautiful and exotic birds. We have more than 2,000 species of birds in these regions. Also in the Andes, we have the mountains that is for the bicycle. People usually go home, go to school on the bicycle, and as you know, we have famous cyclists like Eva Bernal and Ferrer and here we have little towns like Onda, Saleto, Rotanillo, and Zipaquirá. In Zipaquirá, you're going to find the
innovations.
Hello, please have a seat.
Hala, hilo ka na naman ito.
Sorry. Did I ruin it? No.
The story of a country connected to the rhythm of the future. The story of its people and their natural resources. Colombia is a blessed country, crossed from end to end by the imposing Andes mountain range, creating all kinds of climates, ecosystems, and unique landscapes. This is the story of the Western Colombian Andes, mountains of coffee and flowers. But if we talk about climates, we must talk about Medellin, the city of eternal spring where innovation and fashion bloom.
And reggaeton, sheer joy, happiness, and the desire to have a good time also flourish in the city.
This is Omar. Did you know Medellin is the capital of the 4th Industrial Revolution in Latin America? Here, innovation is in the DNA of the people, helping build the future of the country.
Yes, innovation. It is also the birthplace of famous artist Fernando Botero, of whom you saw a sculpture before you came in today.
The chiva is yours, Omar.
Parceros, as we call friends around here. Buckle up your imaginary seatbelts. We're going to see some of the most spectacular places in our country.
We can visit all of these places since they are nearby and well connected. In the coffee cultural landscape, one-of-a-kind natural, economic and cultural elements blend together perfectly. This landscape, which has been listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is the thriving result of hard-working coffee-growing families that have kept a legacy alive for generations.
That way, Colombian coffee culture remains renowned all around the world.
All of these incredible places you see are possible thanks to Colombia's imposing mountain ranges and the various climates that exist at different altitudes, from reservoirs to rivers.
Wax palm valleys, even perpetual snow. Traveling through these mountains as we're doing today, I met the woman who stole my heart.
Hi, Omar.
This is Estela. She'll be your guide as you discover the history of the Western Colombian Andes.
This region of the Andes that we'll be touring is an example of balance between tradition and progress.
We Let's start with Bogota, the country's capital. Art, gastronomy.
The people of Bogota are great hosts for both tourism and business.
You can say the history of these lands is very steep, isn't it, Stella?
Since I was little, I have seen people riding bikes as early as 4 a.m. These are the roads where Naira Quintana and Lucho Herrera started pedaling their way to glory.
These mountains sure do take us to amazing places where you can rest, enjoy, and breathe in local culture, don't they?
You're right, Eric. These are towns where the word luxury translates into hospitality, culture, and peace. Omar, the handcrafts made in these regions are sold all over the world.
Stella, why don't you show them?
Okay, Omar says that I shouldn't let you go without showing you one of his favorite places. An ideal destination for those who seek thrills and excitement.
Earth, I think the time has come. I'm water. And in order to tell you the history of Colombia and its connection to the future, we must visit the Highland Woods.
Let's go!
Colombia is definitely a blessed country thanks to mountains like these that we love. I'll tell you why in just a moment.
Video. Cha! Biodiversity.
I remember the first time I visited the Las Lajas Sanctuary, a place my grandmother took me to as a child to sell our looms. It was the first time I came upon a faith different from mine. I was impressed. Then I visited different beliefs, which we must respect.
Perhaps I know someone who might be able to answer your question. Show us your loom.
Welcome to the Colombian Amazon Orinoco, sacred rainforest and plains. Let us be carried away by the wisdom of nature. But first, you must open your heart to know how to listen to it.
He's Taita Manuel. He's a traditional healer of the Cofan indigenous people, an Amazonian community that keeps its ancestral knowledge and traditions alive, which include healing rituals for both body and soul.
The air has granted us permission to experience the journey of the ancestral Maloko. Look down.
Whoa!
Be inspired by the hearts of our ancestors, the National Park of Chiribiquete.
It's huge!
It's a World Heritage Site, essential to the preservation of the planet's biodiversity and natural ecosystems. It's a true treasure.
It's so beautiful.
The River of Seven Colors is a great example of how water is life. Perhaps our future, indigenous or not, depends on taking care of everything we've been gifted, especially water.
Let's go back to my region. I want to take you to a very special place, Taita Manuel. The perfect place to gaze at the stars is the desert. For hundreds of years, the native peoples learned to follow the stars. Ancestral wisdom. My grandparents taught me to look at the sky, but also to look at the earth, at the water, to know who I am.
Maybe that's the answer you were looking for. It's time for me to go, but the journey will continue to Ruram's Gallup.
all the way to the Mavecure Hills, you'll find only virgin plains, epic sunsets, and an immense variety of flora and fauna. This is the Orinoquia. We, the Llaneros, learn to ride first and walk after. That's the way we are raised. Here we grew up among experts, the biodiversity unlike any other in Colombia. The Llanera culture speaks of cattle, horses, coleo and joropo. But if it's Colombian rhythm music, then follow the earth, and you'll happen upon a pleasant surprise.
The jungles and deserts can embrace their beaches.
Also the rhythm that leads and flows from the musical instruments. The Colombian Pacific vibrates to the sound of music, tradition, and ancestral heritage.
In the greater Colombian Caribbean, air is so important that we call vallenatos just that, airs. Our whole life revolves around a big variety of rhythms and flavors.
Meet Jonathan and Shadia. Let's stop talking about rhythm. Let's show them. Jonathan, why don't you start?
Welcome to your first class of Pacific percussion. We're gonna start with a simple rhythm using the drums in front of you. Now, use your right hand first like this. Try to follow the rhythm. Now, your other hand like this. This is basic Urulao beat, which goes like this. Now, we're gonna try to do another rhythm. This time, we're gonna do a bunde. It goes something like this.
Parehas lang.
That was really good. And our music reflects the paradise we live in. One of the most biodiverse ecosystems in the world. Thousands of birds and plastic underwater species live. We can even find humpback whales that can bird in our waters. But don't think that the Colombian Pacific is just beaches. It's also Cali, a vibrant city brimming with culture, entrepreneurship, design, and style. With a captivating and electrifying atmosphere, whether you're here on business or simply to have a good time. After all, Cali is the salsa capital of the world.
Did you say salsa? I love to dance salsa.
Why don't you teach them a couple of simple steps?
Sure thing, let's learn some basic salsa tricks. So what we're going to do is move side to side and count to 3 like this. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, faster. Arms up. Good job, everyone. That was great. Okay, so now let's switch to one of the greater Colombian Caribbean rhythms. Let's dance mapale. Okay, everybody follow me. Arms out like this, and we are going to push up and down in circles with our whole body into it. Okay? You got it? Now faster. Good. Okay, good job, everyone. That was great. Okay, let's catch our breath. The greater Colombian Caribbean enjoys a huge number of rhythms thanks to its blend of fascinating cultures, from the indigenous Guayú to the raizales and palenqueros, with rhythms such as vallenato, porro, cumbia, which have been recognized as World Heritage, show the world that we are a land of contrasts.
It is true. As you start heading away from the sea, you will find beautifully quaint little towns in between rivers, marshes, and mountains. Indigenous civilizations, all with a rich cultural heritage.
The Barranquilla Carnival is a colorful celebration in which we get to express all of the folklore and diversity of rhythms that make up the greater Colombian. Just like the carnival, we are a region filled with joy, color, and diversity. We always have people from all around the world who get to experience firsthand our warmth.
It's impossible not to get caught up in the rhythm of these two regions. Their love of life is also reflected in productivity and entrepreneurship, in the creation of industry and renewable energies. This is a place that's quite simply impossible not to fall in love with.
So now you know we'll be expecting you. Jonathan, get over here. I want to bid farewell to our guests with a dance. Hey, Jonathan.
Are we dancing champeta?
Yes, sir, we
Okay.
are. Join in, don't be shy.
You can definitely feel the rhythm and flavor in the air.
You can feel the heat, not only in the weather, but in all the people who live their lives passionately. You should never let that fire inside you go out. I'll see you soon to tell you more.
Dapat yung ginawa niyo, Philippines, no?
Vamos a Colombia. Para ti. Para ti, Colombia. Para ti.
Muchas gracias.
Please.
¿Qué es esto?
Son mis tortas favoritas.
¿De Colombia? Ah, muchas gracias.
Ha?
Es grande.
Okay.
Ah, sige.
No.
Don't have without artificial sweetener?
No.